And the invisible infrastructure, as many call it, came to light just this week as spectrum legislation begins its long-awaited journey. All the angle starts right now. And spectrum legislation is on the minds of members on Capitol Hill and Americans across the country as benefits of more bandwidth and revenue from incentive auctions becomes imminent, with so many other issues on the chopping block like payroll tax extenders, cybersecurity, and the public safety network. The green light on spectrum legislation is a milestone for the tech industry. In our studio today is Patrick Sullivan, who currently directs legislative and regulatory affairs for Harris Corporation on public safety, spectrum, and health IT issues. And also in our studio today is Dilip Sharhari of TIA's Office of Government Affairs. And gentlemen, welcome to the program today.
Thank you for having me.
Nice to Dilip, as always, nice to have you here. And Patrick, I believe this is your first time on the TIA Now set.
It is.
I have met you once before as you were with TIA's policy office, but briefly. So it's nice to have you here.
Good to be here. Thank you.
Well, let's start the conversation today with the fact that many of our viewers, I shouldn't say that, some of our viewers out there don't necessarily know what spectrum is, Patrick, but they certainly know what payroll taxes are, they certainly know what Medicare is, and health insurance. How does the release of this additional spectrum truly impact the industry and those consumers out there? And before you answer that question, I'll have my producer put up some stats that I came across just yesterday, and I'll iterate those stats and come back to you, Patrick. 5 billion is the first stat. That's the number of mobile apps downloaded worldwide in 2012, up from mobile apps to be downloaded worldwide in 2012, up from 300 million in 2009. The second key stat is 300 million. That's the number of wireless consumers in the United States expected by early 2012. And our third key stat is 101 million versus 92 million. That's the number of mobile broadband dependent smartphones sold versus PCs worldwide in Q4 of 2010. And our third is analysts predict a 35 times increase in mobile broadband traffic over the next 5 years. And Patrick, with those stats mentioned, what is that impact of this spectrum bill and this additional spectrum over the next number of years on our industry?
Well, I think the biggest issue, the biggest gift is certainty. Across the industry, there has been a disincentive to invest and innovate to the extent possible, simply because companies didn't know when a bill was going to come out, what it was going to look like, was there going to be funding for a public safety network, were there going to be real incentives to unclog the spectrum pipes that we have now, and were they going to be expanded? Investment has sprung up overnight. Innovation is being turned on. The lights in the facilities are being turned on across the nation, simply because the bill now is signed into law. And you're going to see so many more apps. There's going to be an app explosion. And for consumers, it's going to mean that 4G wireless is going to be here much more rapidly, much more affordably, and much more accessibly.